Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to do fluid art, and for making this fluid art painting you will require acrylic paints, balloons and a canvas or a canvas sheet. So first of all you will take a paper cup, and in that paper cup you will add white color. I'm adding a lot of white color over here, as you can see. I also add a little bit of water, and then using a toothpick I will mix it thoroughly, as you can see over here. You have to whisk it a lot because it is acrylic color and you have to mix it nicely with water so that it becomes fluid in nature. Right now, as you saw, it is very thick. We have to make it a little flowy. So that's why we require a little bit of water, and with a stick we are going to blend it this way. You can see how much of whisking is required over here. Once you're done whisking it, you can see how fluid this is in nature. Now similarly, you will mix pink color. Again, make sure that the consistency is nice and fluid. It is almost like melted butter. And you will also mix this blue color. I'm using cerulean blue, or you can also use sky blue color. You can also use any three color combination. Like over here I'm using pink, white and blue. You can use other combination that work well. For example, light green or sap green, yellow and white. But make sure that you are using white because that is what is going to enhance this picture. So once we are done whisking the colors and making them on our cups, making the fluid form of it in our cups, now take a A4 sheet of paper and mark at 1 centimeter on all the four sides. Once you are done marking the paper, take a masking tape and mask the paper on all the four sides. This way, once we are done with the picture and we remove the tape, we have a beautiful white border that will act as a frame for our art piece. I'm using canvas sheet over here. You can also use canvas for this thing. I'm using canvas paper over here, so that's why I'm masking it on all the four sides. But in case you're using canvas, then you do not need to do this step. You can simply start with your painting by pouring out the colors, and as I tell you after this step, you do not need to do this particular step. But in case you're using a canvas sheet like me, then you will have to mask the paper on all the four sides this way on a board. Once you are done masking the paper, keep your board like this and take white color. Now we will be using a lot of white in this picture. Considering what I have in my mind, I'm going to pour white first, and you can see it is very thick. So I added a little bit more water and gave this mixture a good whisk, and now I'm again pouring it over here. I start from the upper right corner and slowly I go downwards towards the left side here. And then I take pink color and add it over here. Here I'm adding this pink color on top of white. Now this is an important step. This way this pink color is going to blend with white and create baby pink or light pink color. And similarly I'll be doing the same for the blue color as well. As you can see, I'm adding it here on the white paper, and in some places I'm adding it on the white color itself as well, or in between two white dots, as you can see. Again, I'm taking a bit of white, giving it a good whisk, adding more water in it basically. That's why I'm giving it a whisk over here, making it a bit more fluid. Now over here I pour it this way, and that's it. Now comes the balloon part, the most interesting part of this picture. You take this balloon and you start dabbing it like this over here. Make sure you are not like your balloon is not slipping on the paper, it just sits comfortably on the paper or on the canvas like this. And you can see how it is covering only one portion of this painting. Now I will add some small dots as well like this, as you can see here. I add a bit of pink because this was becoming a little bit too bluey and this was very whitish. So you can see how beautifully this has come out. I'm also giving a little bit of jerk to this balloon so that I have some dots in that upper left white area where we have nothing basically. Now once it's dry, you can peel it off. But I will recommend do not peel it off the same day. Wait for a day, wait for 24 hours or at least 6 to 8 hours for the painting to dry completely, and then you start removing the masking tape. If you're using a canvas and you have not masked it, then that's just good. But still, you have to give it at least 8-hour drying time, 8-hour or 6-hour drying time, because we have used very thick paint. For me, since it was raining over here, so for me I had to leave it overnight. I recorded this video in the morning and even by night I noticed that some part of the picture where I had thick color, it was still wet, so I left it overnight, and when I looked back on this painting in the morning, it was brittle solid. It was like very dry. So you can see that is when I'm peeling off the tape. This is the recording of the second day. It is not the recording of the same day itself. So please make sure that you're giving enough time for your painting to dry. This is very important step. Otherwise, it may happen that when you're removing the masking tape or you accidentally touch the wet area, which will spoil these beautiful flowers that we have just made. You can see how beautifully this has come out. This was something new that I tried and I really enjoyed it, I'm telling you. Mixing the colors was a bit of a task, I'll say. But I'm telling you, once you do it, you just want to go back to this picture and paint it again, make it again, try more of this fluid art. Because honestly, this was really therapeutic to create it. And that's it. We are done with our picture.